You look at Sheffield, you've got three-time world champion Woffinden.
Up high, he's down low, he has got the speed, he's going to go big on the last corner, here he comes!
Here comes 𝗦𝗨𝗥𝗩𝗏𝗘 going round the bars. 𝗦𝗨𝗥𝗩𝗏𝗘 wrestling the bike down to the line. What a finish from 𝗦𝗨𝗥𝗩𝗏𝗘.
One-time champion in Chris.
Holder's hit the dirt. Here comes Bewley now down the inside. Neck and neck going into turns 3 and 4. Bewley's got there.
Jack Holder, Grand Prix rider who had an unbelievable season last year.
Takes her up now and we're underway. Neck and neck between Holder and Bewley. Holder makes it, running wide in the first turn. Bewley coming through in the second place.
Jackie, he's an angry little man.
Hey, my name's Greg Hancock. I'm an American. I rode Speedway for a year or 30 or more or something like that. Had a little success with it too, so always an honor to be here on the camera.
Chris Holder, Sheffield Tigers.
Yeah, and I'm Jack Holder, Sheffield Tiger.
Yeah, a bit like Drive to Survive, but Slide to Survive.
Slide to Survive.
My name's 𝗦𝗨𝗥𝗩𝗏𝗘 and I race for the Sheffield Tigers.
Talk to us first of all about coming back into British Speedway and maybe how things have changed since you were last year.
Yeah, it's much more professional these days. But yeah, last year I wanted to, well, Steady actually called me and said, do you want to come race for the end of the season because Jack's injured? And I said, yeah, I'd love to. So it's actually the first phone call that I've had in like 6 or 7 years to ride in England. So yeah, it was good fun. Obviously won the league, which was nice. And yeah, looking to do the same this year.
The timing worked well for everybody. You know, we needed to be proactive in replacing Jack Holder, who was a magnificent number one and a great servant for Sheffield, and really gives us so much scoring power. We knew we needed to be proactive in trying to get somebody who could emulate his ability. And I had the chat with Ty pretty much straight after the World Cup. I think Ty had recognised at that point that perhaps some more racing would be good for him. It was actually pretty straightforward, so it worked for both him and us, and I was obviously delighted that we could work something out so quickly to make it a permanent team position for him this year. Simon Stead, and I'm the team manager of the Sheffield Tigers. I'm really excited. He brings so much to the club and to British Speedway. He's you know, we saw our crowd levels go up considerably last year, so he puts bums on seats, and he's a great team man.
Green lights on, time's up, and we're away. He's made a nice start. He's got there alongside his teammate 𝗦𝗨𝗥𝗩𝗏𝗘 and the stars hit the front. Here comes round there. Oh, that's a strong move there from Eric Ries. Coming into second place. 𝗦𝗨𝗥𝗩𝗏𝗘 now being forced wide. A bit more difficult from there, no doubt about that, with Charles Wright also lurking at the back, and out in front. Gotta say, 𝗦𝗨𝗥𝗩𝗏𝗘 failed to score first time. He looks good in front here.
Obviously, I came back. I came over here in 2008 when the likes of Jason Crumb, Lee Adams, Lee Richardson, and so on was riding here. That was a really tough couple of years when you look at the teams. Then I came back again after a couple of years absent in 2022, where the league probably was weaker. Last year, Emil, amongst others, came over, and this year a good handful of top riders from Europe have come in back to British Speedway, which has definitely created some attention. It's making the league stronger and making it harder for everyone to perform as well as they probably want to, because people want to beat each other. And I think it's a massive uplift for British Speedway in general that a lot of good riders are coming back.
It was a long, hard winter of work to make it happen, but you know, it's unfortunate because it was a bit of a political thing for a very short time. But at the end of the day, you know, as far as I'm concerned, Emil is someone that I've known and followed since he was chasing back wheels in the Grand Prix when he was 16, 17, and he's just a really nice bloke who deserved to be racing his motorbike.
Hello, my name is Emil 𝗦𝗨𝗥𝗩𝗏𝗘. My team is Ipswich Witches.
Really quick out of the start. Emil 𝗦𝗨𝗥𝗩𝗏𝗘, though, is putting pressure on him. for the first place in this race. 𝗦𝗨𝗥𝗩𝗚 has the lead, opens the door there for 𝗦𝗨𝗥𝗡 to try and get up the inside. 𝗦𝗨𝗥𝗡 tries, but the door's closed by 𝗦𝗨𝗥𝗡, who holds the lead here. Once again going wide and trying to take
I put the hard yards in to get him over, and really pleased I did, because he's 100% team man, 100% behind his teammates, gives 100% on track every time, and it was a revelation for us last year, really. I mean, we'd gone a very long while with fans saying that we weren't led by a number one that was scoring big points all of the time, and we needed a big hitter, and now I think we've got this year I think we've probably got 3 or 4, because guys like Danny and Adam, I fully expect them to be pushing for those heat leader spots.
We start the new season. Which one will be, I think, is more stronger, because some rider is coming here, and each team is a little bit stronger. So it's we're ready for that, and now it's for that chapter, and we'll see now where we landing.
Yeah, it's it'd been a few years since I've been racing in England, and pretty much with the rules in Poland and all that kind of stuff, we sort of were a bit restricted on what to choose. So it was just a lot easier to be doing Poland and Sweden at the time. But now that we're able to come back, I was obviously interested in coming back last year, and that all sort of fell through. And then when Sheffield had a few injuries and whatnot, I'd been up there a few times with Jack watching. It looked good, and I jumped in, and it worked out actually pretty decent, because we ended up winning. So couldn't have got really any better.
What brings me back? Experience. I need more experience. I realize that if I want to be better rider, I need to come back to England and get much more experience. This is what I need at the moment. British Speedway start to grow up again, and is stronger and stronger every year. I always been thinking that British Speedway make a huge impact in my career before, when I was racing here. So I always been like to come here and present my riding. Always been feeling very good here. So after first meeting, I have really big smile on my face, because that was good move to come back.
I think what Phil Morris is adding to the program is phenomenal. There's no disrespect to any promoter or any of the management whatsoever. It's really just moving with the times and realizing that if we keep going in this way, the sport's not going to grow. It's going to stay where it's at. And you can see now, and being here for this big media day, what they're doing, what I'm hearing from behind the scenes, the possibilities that are coming. Like, who wouldn't be inspired? And it's pretty much showing. You got the holders, and 𝗦𝗨𝗥𝗩𝗏 making a comeback to Britain. This is going to be big for him. I think this will be the turning point for him to come back, not only to where he was at, but a whole heck of a lot more. Emil definitely opened the eyes to everybody. Coming back from the situation he was in as well, he's really shined. The British League, the fans, the teams, he's really opened everybody's eyes and feels right at home. You can see that he really enjoys his racing here, and that's kind of the carrot for a lot of other guys. Doyley's never left here. He's always been here, and probably people are now understanding why he stayed here.
How do you find the expectation and pressure in British Speedway versus elsewhere in the world? I think a lot of riders find Poland pretty intense. Is it a bit more of a relaxed atmosphere here? For
sure. Like, even just being in the pits, and you're allowed to talk to the other riders and just sort of socialise a little bit and just hang out, and your job does depend on it sometimes, but it's not so serious, and you get a little bit of stick from fans or whatever, but like, it's Poland, man, they come at you DM so savage. But no, I think it's cool, it's good, and I think this year it looks even better with, not just guys coming back or whatever, but they're doing a really good job, and tracks are getting better, so people are more interested, and they seem to be putting a little bit more effort in, which is, I think, what it needed. And I think it's all good. It's looking good.
Yeah, as Chris said, I reckon it is obviously chalk and cheese with the pressure and all that kind of stuff, but we're still racing some of the same boys in the UK as abroad, so just less pressure. You know, you can have a little bit more fun, but obviously, you know, you still mean business. But yeah, it's definitely cool that a couple of more riders are trying to come back to the UK and, you know, see how they go this year. It's a little bit different.
Very different. Nah, it's all good.
Yeah, the Polish league, it's a different world when you go there, you know, where the riders are kind of treated differently and looked upon differently, I guess, you know, where a lot of expectation with so much money being around the clubs and invested in the clubs, and there's definitely a lot of expectation from the riders to perform, and there's a lot of pressure, and I think that's why we're seeing so many big riders coming back to England this year, because they're trying to get away from that and actually enjoy racing. I think that's definitely what I like most about England. I can kind of relax a little bit, and obviously I always try to do my best on the track. There's no different which country I'm in, but definitely the atmosphere is a lot easier in England.
Just you know, it's something completely different between like Poland and England, because you know we have like different speedway. Like when I come here, I feel like good feeling, you know, that I can learn something more, and people invite me, you know, it's like I feel like in home.
Racing in the World Championships, racing in Poland is so performance driven and stress and ag and pressure, and there's so much involved in it. And then when I came and rode in England last year, like it was just, I don't know, it's kind of like going back to the early days when I was, you know, going racing, like riding with my dad in Australia, and we were just going and having fun, and all the boys are having a crack, and I really enjoyed that. And I feel like that riding here helped my performances in Europe as well. So yeah, I'm excited to be back here for a full season. It's been a long time, and yeah, I think the last time I did a full season might have been like 2014 maybe.
This is going to be my third year back after a bit of a break from British Speedway. And even in that period of time, those 2 to 3 years, I can see, you know, just some things behind the scenes changing, and, you know, some new faces and things like that, some fresh ideas, which I think, you know, is trending well for British Speedway. I think it's kind of on its way up. And there, you know, some exciting things in the pipeline. So I'm just grateful to be a part of it. I think it's really cool. I enjoy racing. I enjoy racing here, and the fans here and everyone are really cool. It's a great atmosphere to be a part of.
It's really welcoming to see the names, to see the riders lined up for the photo shoots today. Like British Speedway this is be an eye-opener, and not just for the teams, but for the fans. This is going to be big. There's a lot of things that are going to happen, and it's going to be fun to watch.